It is Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. I can feel the love in the air. It's Valentine's Day. My wife is right there. She's doing this, right? Jay, did you get your girlfriend anything for Valentine's Day? Anything special? Yeah? Tiffany's? Maybe like a little blue box action going? Or red box? Cartier? A little red box? Maybe?
Pandora.
Pandora. Pandora's box. I don't even know what that is, but you got it. Usually it depends like how mad she is. Like it's like it blue box, red box, red box is like bullshit. It's like going red box, and it's like bullshit. Chris, how's it going?
Going well, yeah. I haven't picked up the Pandora, but I did get some flowers. I got a nice dozen red roses. So
How about some candy? I like candy. I didn't get anything from you. Not feeling the love over here.
It's in the mail.
How about tomorrow, man?
Tomorrow. What, the Friday card?
No, I meant
What do you mean?
tomorrow when candy's half price.
When candies have price, I'll maybe we'll see
50% off.
if the good stuff isn't picked over.
Oh no, I'll be picking that shit right over. 50% off.
I can see you doing that.
Oh yeah. It's like you get to Target and like we don't open for another 45 minutes.
You're outside at 4 a.m.
Ron, how's it going?
Hello. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hello. Well, we've got a gigantic NBA card. It's our last real full card. We only have 3 games tomorrow, and then there's not NBA action until next Thursday. And it's actually a bigger NBA card next Thursday than we're used to having, but still, it's an NBA Thursday card. Then we have.
So I try to split up and be here.
Yeah, Jay's under the weather, but we don't care. We're we're not in the business of caring about Jay's throat. The business of giving out winners. Chris will give you a little bro hug in Vegas for sympathy, a little pat on the back. Chris gives the pat on the hug. He's a patter. Some people pat, some people don't. I'm not a patter. I'm a squeezer, you know. But like you give someone the hug, they do the pat.
But see, I don't do the pat. I do like the full frying pan, like slap on the back, like
One slap, and you're not a squeezer. Yeah. I'm a squeezer.
I'm a squeezer with the frying pan. It's like,
all right. Ron, how's it going? Anything on the Valentine's Day agenda here? I know you're going out to dinner. You said you were going out to for a steakhouse or something. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a nice steakhouse, and I'm excited. Yeah,
Well, it's only one loaded baked potato per person. If you want anything more than that, it's going to be extra.
Yep. Get some. It's I always remembered Valentine's Day being on a Thursday, but I know it's the 14th of February every time. But I don't know why I always thought it was a Thursday. So this year I got confused a bit, but we got the gifts ready to go.
Normally it is like a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's like it's rare, or Tuesday or Thursday. Oh yeah, leap year. No, it'd be next year though that it gets messed up because
Doesn't that throw it off?
I think next year it does. So next year it would be on, if it's on Wednesday this year, next year it's going to be on a Friday because of the leap year. Which will make it crazy. It'll be double the cost to go out to dinner. Yeah, I've been married for a while, so I do pretty much. We do the joint presents, which I don't even know what it was. I think I got a new tire on the car or something. Pretty exciting. 2 new tires. Yeah, good times. Anyways, man, last night's college basketball, pretty exciting, I thought. A lot of good games on the card. I think we did pretty well on the show. I think, we had some disagreements. We had some hits and misses across the board. But overall, I thought there was some pretty good games out there. Chris, you see anything out there that just shocked you in college hoops?
I think North Carolina just coming out flat against Syracuse. Finally saw the 3-point defense kind of break in that game. It was a big win for Syracuse, but yeah, I think it was a little bit disappointing for UNC in that game.
Ron, I know you had Pitt. I had Virginia in that game. We've seen Pitt now beat Virginia and Carolina. Both those games were Duke, and both those games were on the road. That they won.
Yeah.
They won at Cameron, and now they've won at the toughest building. The longest winning streak that I know in the ACC was at Virginia. The thing is that I was a little surprised there. I thought Virginia had their chances early, but were unable to shut them down. Capel's a horrid coach, and the thing is, generally Pitt not getting a lot of doesn't get a lot of love. Do you think that makes them a tournament team with wins over Virginia and North Carolina and Duke, who both project probably to be in?
Of course. The big thing with Pittsburgh is they've just got so many road wins. I mean, it's not just those. They won at West Virginia, at NC State, so they've got a lot of road wins. Some of them, obviously the Duke and Virginia ones are the more impressive ones. But if the ACC's been so strange because it used to be if you get to double-digit wins in the ACC, you're a shoo-in. Nowadays, it's not so much because there's some really weak teams like Louisville and Notre Dame that kind of don't, those wins don't mean as much. So Pittsburgh, like Syracuse, they both have a lot of work to do, but never count them out.
I think about Pittsburgh, you really can't count them out, is they have the one good player. And I think when you have the teams that have that one, superlative player, that's the off-the-chart player, it makes a big difference, and Pitt has that guy, And,
Yep.
Do you think he projects to the NBA?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What's his name? This guy? Pitt
Hinson.
Guy? Yep. Man, it's just 1 second left on the shot clock. They got him pinned back, whatever. And it's boom, the net doesn't even move. And the thing is, it's not like he just throws up that prayer once in a while that happens. It's every single time, man. You can tell those Pitt games, the ones that they're going to compete, because they were also blown out at home by Duke. I mean, they were crushed at home by Duke.
Yeah.
So it's you can tell those games that they're going to be in it, and it's when those shots are falling early like that, like they were last night, it was oh no, I knew I was dead, man. I had Virginia, I knew I was dead.
I got a potential fraud. I'm done with this team.
Magic? The Wayne Scotts?
No.
Oklahoma?
They make yes. Thank you.
I don't think they're a fraud. I just think that they've run their course.
I'm done. I'm on Iowa State. That's my team now.
A lot of people got sucked in on Cincinnati yesterday. Sharp Chasers got crushed on that game. Iowa State was just the way better team. They dominated. They were up by double digits most of the game. I watched that Nevada-New Mexico game, man, and I thought that was a great game. It was definitely one of those last 40 seconds took 45-minute games, but it was a really good game, man, back and forth. And New Mexico just missing all those threes. They have Toppin. He's just missing all those threes at the end of the game. Is he related to Obi Toppin? This Toppin at New Mexico run?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, the super freshman.
I think it's his brother.
It's his brother? Well, he's really, really good, but I'll tell you what, he missed about 5 free throws at the end of the game that could have cost him, but, they hit the 3 and they got it. And then, of course, Blackshear on Nevada is really, really good, too. So I thought it was a good game. It's two horrid coaches, so it really made for a painful last 40 seconds. Richard Pitino still can't coach. And then in the NBA, the Thunder Buddies, showing up again.
Thunder Buddies, man.
How about, I think a lot of people got duped on the Blazers, too. It was they thought the Blazers were going to rise to the occasion, didn't.
I actually don't think JT's related. I think I was getting him confused with Jacob Toppin.
For New Mexico?
Yeah, I don't think that JT Toppin's related to Obi and Jacob. Because they had Jacob that's on the Pacers, or he's been all over the place, and then Obi.
Oh, I think I mixed them up too.
What?
Too many Toppins.
Yeah.
Do you even know what you're talking about anymore?
How about them Celtics getting backdoored?
Yep. And how about the Heat just taking the Bucks behind the woodshed, just slaughtering them. Slaughter. Slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. And, of course, Scoot Henderson getting his 34 minutes in. He's, 14 points. He was only minus 16 on the night, which is pretty good for him. Usually we see Scoot in that minus 25 to 30 range. But just a pure minus 14, minus 16. He got 14 points. He was minus 16, 4 personal fouls, 4 of 9 for the field, and 34 minutes of work as a non-starter in the game. A lot more work than some of the starters got. Yeah, the guy's a player. Jay rated him as a mid-second rounder if they could redraft yesterday. He's like name any other guy. He was even taking bench players over him. I'm a Scoot guy, I admit it. It's my guy. What do you guys want to do, college or NBA first?
Dealer's choice yet again.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. Ruffolo's like, how could I have not bought candy? Love candy.
Now you got me thinking about it.
We have our local elections coming up, and I had to go to meet the candidates night last night for an hour. It's always interesting because I'm not political at all, right? And it's but they did have food there, and I was eating the candy. Someone came up to me like, "You're always eating candy, man. Always eating candy." I'm just like, what do you expect, man? Candy. They had these I don't know. It wasn't real chocolate or something. It was a coconut. It was sort of like a Mounds bar. Had coconut with chocolate on it. I don't know what it was called.
I see everybody wishing you well, Jay, so I had to put something in the chat myself, giving you my best wishes.
I explained to Jay how to fix this. You go directly to TikTok, and you're gonna find some miracles there. That's what I do. The best medical advice is on TikTok.
Most definitely.
All right, let's do it. We'll go to the NBA. We got a big card here, so bear with us.
Huge.
We'll try to stay on topic. First, to kick things off, we'll go. Let's see. It is the Hornets and the Hawks. Man, the Hornets, a lot of love they're getting in this game. Jay, what do you think?
Everybody knows what today is, man. Today is Romanelli Hawk Wednesday. Short, sweet, simple. The Hawks cash on Romanelli Hawk Wednesdays. Hornets have been playing well. Not tonight. I think the Hawks kicked the crap out of them. The Hawks.
Chris?
Give me the over here. I still don't trust the Hawks.
Sexy pick.
Sexy pick. I can't get the words out. I just don't trust the Hawks. And the Hornets defense has been susceptible too. So give me the over here. Yeah, sexy pick all day in this one.
Ron?
Yeah, I love the Hawks here. Hornets, still the worst team in the NBA, in my opinion. Coming off 2 wins, perfect time to fade them. They've been making a lot of tough mid-range jumpers the last couple of games. That's no way to make a living in the NBA. You can make your shots, here and there occasionally, but long-term, not going to happen. The Hawks have a potent offense. I think they hang 130, 135 in this one, win this game, and cover the number. Charlotte looks like a old public dog, in my opinion.
Charlotte owns the Hawks, and I think that's not a public dog. It's called the smart money is on it. They're no more of a public dog than Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I find a lot of similarities between the Hornets and the Chiefs, to be honest with you. And I think that, the Hawks have beaten – the Hornets have beaten the Hawks the last 4 times that they've met. So I'm going to go with Mahomes in this one, and I'm going to take the Charlotte Hornets. It's all relevant. We got the Wayne Scotts taking on the Knicks. The Wayne Scotts taking it on the chin last night. The hands of the OKC Thunder. Nothing magical about that. Chris, what do you think?
I'm going to take the Magic here. I like the Knicks. I like this team, but I like them when they're healthy. Still banged up. No OG Anunoby, no Julius Randle. And now that, it's easy to say take the next man up mentality. Dante DiVincenzo, who's been the next man up and who's played really well in that role, he's questionable as well. The Magic, clean injury report. They're still playing some solid basketball. They're still best cover team in the NBA. Still best home cover team in the NBA. I think they bounce back, get the win here. And the cover. Give me the Magic.
See, that's the difference between you and I. You call it solid basketball. I call last night's performance solid dog shit. Ron, what do you think?
Yeah, growing up as a Knicks fan, I don't think, at least in my memory, the Knicks have never really done too well against the Magic, and especially in Orlando. And so far, 0-2 in the season series, like Chris mentioned, really banged up. Coming off the emotional game last time out. I don't like their spot form. Orlando, I think, bounces back. Still a very good home team, so give me the Magic.
I'm all over the Knicks in this one. I just think way too much love for the Magic here. I don't even understand why they're favored. I understand the Knicks are banged up and everything like that. It means absolutely nothing. It's a Mickey Mouse town. I'm going for the Knicks.
The Magic are favored here because they're A, playing the better basketball. B, they've already beaten the Knicks twice when the Knicks were healthy. And the Knicks are free-falling right now, really coming off a pretty significant homestand. Damn, this shit hurts. I know the Magic let us down last night, but they're still the best ATS team in basketball. There's been no team that has made you more money this season than the Magic. I trust them in this bounce-back spot. They're going to D up the Knicks.
This is why you lost your voice, so you couldn't give out picks like this. That basically was the thought process there. We got the Sixers take. You're always going to find sympathy among this group. You know that. It's like, first, like, oh man, you all right, Jay? It's like, he's like, something's up, man. It's like, checking, make sure there's not like a dog shit bomb on the doorstep. Like, opens the door, there's the flaming bag of dog shit. It's like, oh no. Got the Sixers against Ron. Sixers have been banged up, but they're favored here against the Miami Heat, who went to Milwaukee and just busted Doc Rivers up something fierce, man. It beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. Nice, impressive win there for Miami, but I don't love the spot for him here. Both teams are banged up, really, and it makes for a tough one. But Miami, they shot just under 50% from three yesterday. It's really tough to replicate that, especially in a back-to-back. After beating up your big rivals, I got to go with Philly in this spot.
The Heat are actually one of the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA, and it's no surprise at all that they let it up from beyond the arc because they're finally healthy.
Not 50%.
Well, they could do 49%, I think would actually get it done here. I think that, the Sixers certainly are a good team. I loved them a lot early, but everyone knows I'm a homer. I'm going to take the Heat regardless. I'm just going to try and find some excuse and just treat it as fact. We knew they were going to beat the Bucks yesterday. I mean, Jay even went into they beat them 4-1 in the playoffs because he had heard that somewhere.
I would probably Ruffolo this game. Small lean on Miami. They did look well yesterday. I haven't really liked what I've seen from Philly, but I'm not betting this thing.
Whoa. Chris?
Sorry.
Sexy pick central here, too. I'm taking the under in this one. Heat on the second half of the back-to-back, but I think that this is a game where we see what we've seen from the Heat in a lot of spots. He tried to make this a physical defensive battle, and it's fairly depleted Heat Sixers roster. I think this is his first to 100 wins this game, taking the under.
Can't spell lame pick without Chris Ruffolo. We've got the Celtics taking on the Nets. The Celtics were just disappointed in each and every one of them, in every performance and effort that they've given. I get hammered in the YouTube comments about going against the Celtics on a regular basis. But this team has a negative record against the spread this season. Really, I mean, the 8th best team in the NBA probably, you know, when you stack them all on top of each other. I think these guys are pretty much just I think, you know, I think it just answers, like, you know, that rhetorical question. What wears green and white and plays golf every April? And I think it's going to be the Boston Celtics. I'm gonna roll with the Nets in this one. This is a lot of points, and you know, I think the Celtics. We saw in that last homestand where they were just absolutely worked over by everybody when it came to covering the spread. I don't see why the Nets don't join in the party, because the Celtics are overrated. 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 I hate Tatum too. Hate him. Jay?
Celtics. They were kicking the crap out of the Nets yesterday. Took their foot off the gas, and the Nets snuck in the back door. Would I be surprised if that happened again today? No. Would I be surprised if Boston aired them out? No. I'm taking the better team.
Would you be surprised if the Nets just picked up where they left off and thumped them by 15 plus?
I would be very surprised. I'm on the Celtics.
You're never going to get your voice back this way. Chris!
I'm just leaning towards the Celtics here. I'm on the same boat as Jay. I think on such a quick turnaround, you know, I think that the Celtics want to get the bad taste out of their mouths after taking their foot off the gas. So let me give me the Celtics here.
So square. Ron?
Yeah.
Give me the Celtics. They've dominated the season series, and like Jay said, they were well on their way to a cover. They were up by 23 at one point, but took their foot off the pedal. At home here, I don't think it's going to be the case. And now Brooklyn, all of a sudden, not a profitable road dog anymore after a hot start to the season.
Cavaliers taking on the Bulls. The Bulls, surprising teams. You know, if the season ended today, they would be in. Playing game. Cavaliers, 9.5 point favorites in this one. Jay, this is you.
It's with me.
Yep, you could wear your red. It's Valentine's Day. You could break out your Zach LaVine jersey, the red one, for Valentine's Day.
I don't own one of those. Cleveland. I know they just lost, finally ended their low winning streak. Sixers got them. But they've aired out the Bulls both times this season. At home, where I like them. Still the hottest team in the league as far as I'm concerned. It's Cleveland for me here.
No Zach LaVine. Chris?
Yeah, I'm on Cleveland as well in this one. Like Jay said, it's been all Cleveland, not just this season, but in each of the last 6, which Cleveland has all won. They've gone 5-0-1 against the spread in those 6. I think the Cavs do it again here. Give me Cleveland laying the points.
Yeah, it's tough to add much more to you, gentlemen. I'm on Cleveland. Now, you know, coming off the loss, I expect, especially on a national TV game, we see Cleveland step it up here. They've played really well against Chicago this season. Bulls are on their 4th straight true road game, or I shouldn't say true, college basketball in the brain. 4th straight road game. I'm going to go with Cleveland, lay the points.
I like Cleveland too. I'm a little concerned with no Tristan Thompson in the lineup, but I'm going to I'll roll with the Cavs anyway.
I forgot, how long was his suspension?
It seems like it's about 4 years, but does it matter? It's like, what's he pulling down there in Cleveland? He's making some big money. Not by today's standards, probably, but he's been making it for a while. Tristan Thompson makes $9.25 million. That was a ton when he signed the contract. How much is he worth? His net worth? $50 million. It's a testament. Oh my God, this sounds so AI written. Want to hear what this says? When I googled it, you tell me this isn't AI. In 2023, Tristan Thompson boasts an estimated net worth of $50 million, a testament to his flourishing basketball journey and diverse income streams. Over the course of his career, Thompson has donned the jerseys of teams such as the Sacramento Kings, Cleveland Cavaliers, presently the Chicago Bulls. And it's AI, man, all the way. It's like, don't even make any sense. He's not even on the Bulls. He's on the Cavs. I don't know, man. You tell me. Anyways, got the Raptors taking on the Pacers. I don't know, man. The Pacers are one of those teams that are tough to figure out, too, these days. Who's up? Is it Chris?
Yeah, I think it's me. I'm going to take the Pacers here. I still want no part of the Raptors. I want to see this injury report get cleaned up for the Pacers before really going heavy on it, but the Raptors just look so disappointing. I mean, they just got doors blown off by the San Antonio Spurs last time out. I know there's such things like a buy low spot on this team, but I don't even know if I can even get there with the Raptors. I'm so done with this team. Give me the Pacers.
There'll be no taking a crapter by Ruffolo on this show. Ron, I don't give
both teams coming off ugly losses. Pacers to Charlotte and, like Chris said, Toronto to the Spurs. And to me, with this injury report currently, a lot of big names on it for Indiana. I just got to lean towards the Raptors at home, getting the points. They won the first meeting between these two. That was a while ago, but I'm going to just take the points here. Not my favorite game.
I don't know. It's like, I think for the Pacers, it's like I still want them to be good. I was on the Pacers early, 10 years ago. I've been on the Pacers for like 12 years. But the thing is that this year's version, there's a little bit more of an expectation than usually. Normally they have one good guy on the whole team, and kind of everything revolves and goes through him. And it's like, I mean, it was that way earlier this season, and they were better then. Now that they have options, I don't love it. I don't like them as much. But number 5 on the list is the Toronto Raptors. I'm taking the Pacers.
I lean Pacers in this one as well. I am a Pacers guy. I haven't been on the Pacers a ton recently, and it's because their engine, motor, tires, transmission in Tyrese Halliburton, he's on a minutes limits restriction. He's game time decision every day. This team runs through him. He is a top 2 guard in his conference. And when he's not out there, they're not the same. So that's why I haven't really been on them. Again, today that's the case. Post All-Star break, we're going to get our Pacers back when they get healthy. We're going to get them back, and they're going to go on a run in the postseason. Right now, it's pick your spots. I'm with Ruffolo, though. I'm just so done with the Raptors. They're just an automatic fade every day. We had Spurs money line last game. Just keep fading the Raptors. You'll be just fine.
This is what Jay sounds like after a Mavericks shoot around. Going crazy. Yeah. MVP. MVP. Yeah. I can see it. It's like I'm gonna do the halftime show. Jay's yelling at the TV that loud. Got the Grizzlies and the Rockets. This is if there's a sexy underpick, this is it. But the line's going up. Line's going up.
Yeah, I would probably lean towards the under, but I go with Houston. 2 teams in horrible form. At least the Rockets, they won the last game for now, but the Knicks did protest that last game, so we'll see if they can win that and potentially go to an overtime game, a 5-minute overtime period. But nonetheless, I just think
no chance.
No chance. It's happened before, but not very often. I think if there was the one, that would be the one though, because I think it was pretty clear, and they've already had some of the officials say that was the incorrect call, and it's very black and white to where if the call is not made, they definitely go to overtime. It's not like there's some time on the clock or so. So we'll see. But I like the Rockets here. They played really well against Memphis, and that was the non-G League Memphis Grizzlies. Now it's just we know what Memphis has done, and they're 5-20 at home. The Rockets are 5-20 on the road. Just an ugly game, but I'll go with Houston.
I think if I could get more points here with the Grizzlies, I could probably be enticed into taking them. But at 3, it's just maybe the books are asking us to take them or to take the Rockets. It's just one of those things. The Grizzlies, when Ja hasn't played the last few years, when he's been out, they D it up like no one's business. And the Rockets aren't exactly an offensive juggernaut, but it is the Memphis Grizzlies. I'll go with the Rockets. I don't love
them. Grizzlies money line.
Yeah, it's not bad. I could easily be convinced to go in that direction.
Rockets on the road. I'm done.
Who did Ruffolo pick? Oh, he hasn't picked it.
He hasn't gone yet. But
I'm just here to fade his ass.
I don't like this game. If I were to, though, it would just be Grizzlies money line.
I'm gonna fade his ass. Who you like?
I don't understand why I get all the hate.
It's not hate. It's not hate. We love to. It's love. It's Valentine's Day.
Do you have a sad song on your soundboard?
We love to fade you. It's love. I love to fade you.
I'm gonna. You already said it.
I'm flabbergasted.
You already said it. Sexy underpick here. I do lean towards the Rockets, but I mean, the Rockets at the best of times like to try to win games with defense. Low scoring Grizzlies team. Hey, give me the under here.
Sounds like same game parlay.
Yeah, there you go.
Grizzlies in the over. We got.
Wow.
Yeah. Magic. Got the Pelicans against the Wizards. Pelicans 12.5-point favorites over the Wizards. I like the Pelicans. The thing that the Pelicans, they beat the bad teams, they lose to the good teams. I mean, it's just that's what they do. But are they going to beat anyone by 12.5 points? I mean, I guess so. I mean, the team that they beat by 12.5 is the Wizards. I mean, they beat them 142-122 the last time they faced them in Washington. So, the Wizards are going to be mad. They're going to be out for revenge. I hate this game. I'll take the Wizards.
I don't really like this game either. Wizards, when they cover, it's on the road. Like Mitch said, Pelicans love beating up on bad teams. I'm a lean Pelicans. I'm not betting this one either, though. It's a lot of meat on the bone today.
Yeah, there's a lot of games out there. You don't need to bet them all, Chris.
Need I remind Jay last time that the Wizards were a big dog? What happened?
There, Roof. That's fair. That's fair.
Easy.
There's my one that I'll dig at you. But like Jay said, they find ways to cover these big numbers on the road. A lot of times on the road, the Wizards get these inflated points coming back their other way. 17-8-2 against the spread on the road this season. Covered 3 straight as a double-digit dog in Boston, in Dallas. The Pelicans just scored 96 and 93 against the Grizzlies and the Blazers. So give me the under here. Sorry, no. What am I saying? Give me the under. Give me the Wizards here in the points.
You love them sexy picks. They just be on your mind.
I know. They're stuck in the back of my mind.
Ron, Kodai Senga, Jose Quintana, Luis Severino, Adrian Hauser, and Tyler McGill. What's their record going to be?
It's funny. My friend and I were just talking about the Mets rotation exactly yesterday night.
Terrible, man.
The exact conversation we had. I forgot Tyler McGill. But yeah, it's horrible. And he was saying, because they also have Sean Manaea and
but Edwin Diaz should be back.
David Peterson.
Edwin Diaz should be back.
Yeah.
So if
No, they're gonna be-
if
they're
they
either
can
gonna
somehow
be-
muster a lead.
They're either going to be really bad or a wild card team, but I don't think the ceiling is very high.
Brett Batty is, oh my God, he's slated to start at third.
I doubt it. They have some guys that can hit that can't field. Him and the other third baseman that I'm forgetting now.
I got news for you. They start him. We could start with the material now. I mean, I'll get going now. If they're gonna start, is it Batty or Beatty?
Beatty.
Beatty. If they're gonna start Beatty at third, we could just start the Mets material right here and right now.
Who's their coach this year?
I'm personally offended.
Who's their coach this year?
It's gonna be someone different if they start this guy at third.
I believe it's Mendoza.
He could be. This could be the worst starting Mets third baseman in the history of the franchise.
Yeah, Carlos Mendoza. He was the Yankees bench coach for like a long time.
69 and 93.
What's Beatty's stats?
He had a hot start and then kind of fell off.
Oh, here's what it says: 210 career hitter. Their scouting report is baffled by breaking pitches. Pretty much sums it up from what my experience. Oh my God! Yeah, we'll start with the anti-Mets banter right now.
Baffled by anything over 60 miles an hour.
No, baffled. It says right here, baffled by breaking pitches. Okay.
I'm going Wizards here, by the way. I'm going to take the points. I owe them one after they covered for me the other night. Plain and simple. Jay missed that one. Did you hear me, Jay?
Yeah, I heard you. I got double
Okay,
whammy
good.
the other day. Ruffalo and Ron.
They got Manoah slated as the number 5 starter in Toronto.
Oh, boy.
He looks good. He looks good.
What do you mean he looks good? Where have you seen him?
I'm saying from a physical standpoint.
Yeah, where have you seen him? At the beach?
He's leaned out. No, he's leaned out. I've seen it on social media. Same thing with Vladdy. They're working with the same trainer.
This magazine sucks. They list
I need
the
to order
top.
No jersey, Chris.
They list the
Huh?
top Rangers prospect as Evan Carter. I think he's a little bit beyond the prospect range at this point.
Well, not really, because last year was his first action. So, like, technically, this year is his rookie
Yeah,
year.
but a prospect's kind of like a guy who's coming up through the system.
He's still eligible for Rookie of the Year, though. So
That's the thing that's crappy about baseball. It's like Ichiro won the Rookie of the Year. He was like 33. He had already had 3,000 career hits in Japan.
no Ichiro slander on this show, that's for sure. No
I love
Ichiro
Ichiro.
slander.
I love Ichiro. He's my guy. King of the
Today
triple.
starts spring training. I'm excited.
Yeah, start spring training right here too. I'm practicing. Beatty, he's a stiff. 210 career hitter, and you wonder why the Mets stink. I haven't seen anyone this bad out on the baseball field since the White Sox went with Kotze, Mark Kotze, as their
Oh, boy.
designated hitter. I as a White Sox fan, I'm still offended. It's like as soon as they announced that he was going to be the DH that year, like everybody was mad in Chicago, and then he went on to bat 186. It was a rough summer.
Well, get ready for this one. It's not going to be pretty.
On the South Side, sure it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's always sunny on the South Side. Let's see. Let's see what they have to say about the White Sox. Let's see what the rotation
I got-
looks like.
Tuki Toussaint at the front end of the rotation.
No, they don't. Dylan Cease, Fede.
If he's there, I doubt it.
Fede, terrible. Kopech.
Chris
Walk-
Flexen.
Hey, Kopech was he led all major league pitchers last year in walks.
In. Yeah,
Walks.
there you
In
go.
walks. Tuki Toussaint and Soraka, man. If Soraka, maybe he comes around. The Braves, maybe they gave up on him too early because they're known as a franchise for giving up on guys too early. Pitchers. They're known as really not evaluating pitching talent all that well in Atlanta. It's like,
I'm
Yeah.
hoping for some Jordan Montgomery back to the Rangers news here soon.
any chance they could trade Moncada? I'm sick of him too. I'll tell you though.
Ron, do you think we'll hear news on Montgomery, Snell, and Bellinger?
It's tough. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't heard anything now. I think Snell's going to be the soonest one, but we'll see.
This is some of the most. You're right. This is some of the most brutal commentary of players that I've ever read. Like usually these things are like super upbeat, and everything. But I mean, you look at this and it's like, Lewis Robert Jr. is the only one they have anything to say. Oscar Colas gets second chance after losing track of the strike zone as a rookie. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
it's the last year of Moncada's contract.
Oh, there you go.
Max Stassi, catcher, 33-year-old career 212 hitter.
At least Martin Maldonado can help out the pitchers.
Oh, we got Flexen.
Yeah. You got a lot of Flexen-esque players.
Yeah, man, we got Flexen. Nice. All right. We've got plenty of time to talk to you.
My guy Rich Hill still on a roster.
He's probably floating right now.
My guy Rich
He's a
Hill.
free agent.
Jay loves him some Rich Hill, man. Get to work and just want to hear the rest of the NBA picks.
I can't wait for the material to come back. Not.
Baseball's our best material.
It'll be fun to be on the Wednesday shows with baseball.
Jesus.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Jesus.
Jesus who?
Jesus Cesardo's going to kick the crap out of the Cubs today.
Can't wait.
Ruffolo loves that bit. Did you see what Rod posted yesterday on Facebook? Are you Facebook friends with Rod? Did you see what he posted?
Yeah, but I didn't see. No.
It was awesome. It was our show from 2000, from 4 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
I'm in the living room. We all have these horrible sets and cameras, and it's we're all doing the show, and it's the screen is all these bad graphics on it and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's weird because we didn't even realize in a month from that show, sports was going to shut down. It was really weird. It was creepy. So we were just oblivious to it. But anyways, let's move on. We got a lot of ground to cover here. We got the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Spurs. 11-point favorites here at home. Who's up? I lost track.
I believe it's Mr. Dallas himself.
Jay? I'll put Jay down for the Spurs.
There you go.
Wemby. He's a Wemby guy. Did you see yesterday's show, Ron, where we tried to figure out how big of a fanboy Jay would have been of the Fab Five had he been around?
I didn't see that.
On
Very
the
true.
the Ruffolo meter. We didn't break out the Ruffolo meter. It's been a while since we've done the Ruffolo meter. We haven't done the Ruffolo meter in a while. Might be time to break it back out. It's been a few years, right?
I forgot about that.
I think that bit can come back. I miss it. I don't know how
I was just about to ask you. I was going to ask you, how did it even come up? I don't even remember.
The Ruffalo meter.
I remember I were talking about baseball one season or one day, and Ruffalo was like, "I don't like him," and he was like, "How much don't you like him?"
Oh no, I remember. No, I remember what it was. I said a wind didn't move the needle all that much. You're like, well, where's the needle? Like here or?
That's how the best bits are created.
I'm on my Mavs in this one though, It's crazy. I vowed I would stop taking them as a home favorite. Then they made the trade for Gafford and Washington, and I'm all in. um, we've already kicked the crap out of the Spurs twice this season. I think we do it for a third time here at home. I'm on the Mavs.
Jay, need
I
I
know.
remind you? No, I'm kidding.
I
I'm
know.
kidding. I'm taking the Mavs here too.
Trash
Okay.
pandas.
I'm taking the trash pandas. It's
Okay.
it's the Spurs. I mean, they got the win over Toronto, and that's all well and good. But this is a team that, for the most part, is getting their butts kicked. And Dallas, before the non-cover against Washington, they were winning games by margin as well. I think this is a spot to keep the momentum going at home. They get a big win here. I also like the over. The first two meetings have flown over the total as well this season. So give me the over and give me the Mavericks.
Got to go with the Spurs here. Just got to do it. Since 2005, if you have faded the Mavericks when they are a double-digit home favorite, you're printing money. You're 84-64.
Since what year?
56.8%.
Since what year?
2005.
Pre-Luka?
Pre-Luka, pre-everybody. But
Too
86
far
and
back,
64. Well, I'm just showing you how poverty this team can be. But, just look at recent games. We saw Washington, of course, on the other day. Cashed that. They honestly should have won the game outright, but Dallas just overvalued a lot of these spots at home. So I'm going to take the points here with San Antonio.
Yeah, I got news for you. I fade the Spurs as often as I can. And I just think that it's just another one of those great spots. Wemby had like the triple-double with the 10 blocks the other day. Just creates even more value on the line going the other way. I'm taking the Mavericks, and I think Luka hates Wemby's guts. I think he's still mad at him from the first game of the season when Wemby disrespected him. And, man, we remember that? Like, he did Luka, like, the last 3 or 5 minutes of the game. They only gave the ball to Luka. He was the only one that shot. He kept hitting step-back threes on him. And then at the end of the game, like, how the guys normally do the hug and the whisper. Like, LeBron always, like, I don't know what the hell he's saying, So he's like, oh, man. He's like, oh, he grabs him behind the head, and, he does. Wemby just walked right into the locker room and shake hands with anybody or anything. He's a real asshole. I think Luka's mad still. I would be disrespected.
I need Carrie to do it. I need that bit. I need it on my phone. Disrespect.
Disrespected this man.
The first time she did that, I died. I wish we were on it. She did it after we hopped there one day, guys.
Yeah, after we got up there, we were talking, and my wife comes by. She's like, "They're disrespecting this man." Funny. Chicken Nuggets up against the Kings. Now, we got an odd one here because they go stupid, dummy, crazy in the crib. And we've got the Kings, who are a road dog, man, which is where they live. Chris?
Yeah, I'm taking the Nuggets here. This is the perfect storm for me. It's double revenge spot for Denver. Sacramento just blew them out in Sacramento last week. It's a back-to-back with travel into the altitude for Sacramento. Denver Nuggets, they far and away play their better basketball at home. I think the Nuggets come out with a statement at home in this one. They pick up a winning cover. I'm taking the Nuggets.
I'm going to agree with Chris. All your points, very fair. Give me the Nuggets.
I'm taking the Kings. I love when they're a road dog, man. This is when they just show up. I'm just going to take the Kings plus the points. I think the Nuggets win. They've been good at home, but they haven't been a cover machine at home. I'm going to take the Kings plus the points on the road. I think they cover. I think they lose by 4.
Nuggets money line is the best play on the entire board today.
But you could also take Kings with the points. You could hit them both.
True. I agree with Ruffolo and Romanelli. I love the spot. But the thing that I hate is that first home game back sometimes is not really a great spot either. There's usually that too. But it's Nuggets for me here. am I rushing to lay the points on the Kings in their spot? Not necessarily. So I'm probably gonna do like a Nuggets money line parlay with something else. I'm gonna find another good game here in a minute to pair with it.
Next
But if
up,
I were to go ATS, it probably would be Nuggets laying the points. I love the bounce back spot, double revenge spot at home.
we got the Pistons who went into that public dog mode last night and did not fare well in it. But they're up here against the trash ass Phoenix Suns. I think this is Ron.
Give me the Suns here. Pistons failed to cover yesterday, correct? 14-point loss. Yep, closing
Yeah.
number.
Yeah, they got clubbed, crushed,
Yeah. Oh,
beat down.
yeah. And it was honestly the final score. I mean, Lakers were up by 24 at one point. But the Suns, they have an offense. I mean, we saw yesterday 130 points. They could put up 130 into the 140s yet again here. And I think they do. I'm going to take them and lay the points.
Taking the Pistons. I know that like without Burks, they've lost a big piece, the heart and soul of this team. But at the same time, still a lot of good young talent on this team, and I just like the way the Pistons are playing, carefree, trouble free. You know, it's like so what? You know, they don't have too much pressure on themselves. They're loose as a goose. But the Suns have put themselves in a position where they're going to be under a lot of pressure coming down the rest of the season. And yeah, I'm going to go with the Pistons here. Take the points.
I'm taking the points with the Pistons as well. I don't trust the Suns as huge favorites. I just don't. Um, Pistons, I had the Lakers yesterday. I thought it was a good spot for the Lakers to get a cover. Suns win the game. They probably are dominating for most of it, and the Pistons do what they do best, sneak in the back door. So I'll lean Pistons here on the back end of back to back.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Pistons as well. I just like it's a double-digit dog. Still 7-1 against the number in their last 8 as a double-digit dog. 12-3 against the number in their last 15. Give me the Pistons here. The points.
Next up, the Jazz at home against the Lakers. Jazz 5.5-point favorites against the Lakers, who are playing some pretty good basketball recently. I mean, they did beat the Pistons. They're on the back-to-back, heading into the All-Star break. I'm going to roll with the Utah Jazz at home. This is what they do. 17-8 at home, 18-7 against the number at home. The Lakers coming off the big win against the Pistons. Yeah, I think after knocking out the Pistons, I think there's going to be another public frenzy all over the Lakers. Taking the Jazz.
Where's this line at currently? I see a couple different ones. Is it 5.5?
That's what I'm
5.5, and I'm seeing some 5. Oh no, excuse me. Yeah, just 5.5.
This number's getting up there. And I want to see what happens with Anthony Davis. I see LeBron's already out. Wouldn't be surprised if day-to-day Davis said it's Jazz for me here. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. You know, I need to look up the actual elevation in Utah. The Nuggets powers were just transferred to the Jazz this season. That's what happened. It's a similar spot as going to Denver, but you're going to Utah. And it's just a bad spot. Back end of a back-to-back. Jazz go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. I'm laying it.
Jay, what's your cough drop of choice over there? What's the cough drop
Oh,
for the
question.
sore throat?
Probably. I like those. The striped ones. I like those. And then I like just like honey, like
Yeah.
like the strawberry.
Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Hang on a sec.
Gotta go Ludens.
Let me see if I can find what I'm talking about. I need to go get some.
Luden's is just basically candy at this point.
So these are the ones that I use. Unpaid endorsement here. It's like they're basically candy, and inside of these things is honey. Inside, it's honey flavored candy with honey on the inside of it. These are good. Ruffolo.
I guess I'm
I
talking about the Hall's Breezers is what I'm talking
Oh, no, these have no menthol, no medication whatsoever in them at all. It's basically candy.
Yeah, I was saying that about Luden's.
I love Luden's.
Yeah.
And don't even go there with my good buddies, the Smith brothers. Those are my homeboys. I love the Smith brothers. I also like, what are those chewy ones that they have too? Those like honey chewy ones. Those are nice too. When I was a kid, my mother used to give me sucrets. It was like, no, those aren't like candy. How about like the ones that like look on the package like they're gonna be candy or something, and then like you open up, it's like, it's clearly medicated in some way. Anyways,
where'd you get those?
Amazon. But they have them at my local store. But I buy them by the case on Amazon. Because I do a lot of speaking.
What are they called?
Honeys. They don't even call it cough drops. Look, they call honey-filled drops. So there's a red and a green. The green has menthol in it. You don't want to go anywhere near that. You just want the red ones. The red ones, it's just, they're exquisite. I buy them by the case. It's like, my wife's like, what is this? You know, the Amazon package. Oh, she opens it up. It's like, box it. It's like, these are cough drops. It's like, that's candy. Everyone say their pick here. I took the Jazz. Chris, you took the over? Under?
No, I'm taking the Jazz hands. I'm taking Utah here. They're just playing the fantastic basketball at home. And the Lakers have had a history of just struggling on the road. So give me the Jazz here.
Yep, Utah for me as well. Got to take him at home. No LeBron.
Jazz hands. We're sweeping.
Yeah, I'll have to put this in the I'll have to put it in the notes here of the show. The return of the Ruffolo meter.
What's a medicine ball drink? What's in that?
Oh, yeah, those are pretty helpful. It doesn't taste very good, at least not to me, but it's like tea and honey and just like everything you can throw into a drink that would make you feel better.
I might go get one of those for the show. We'll see. Internally, I don't feel as bad as I sound or look.
It's better to look good than to feel good. That's what I always say. Got the Warriors against the Clippers. Warriors just continue to get it done. They went from 1.5-point dogs in this thing to 3-point favorites. Who's up? Who went last? Ron went last? So that would mean that Jay is first. You know, he loves the Clippers.
Well, yeah, I already know what I'm doing. You could pencil me in for the remainder of the season. I will just blindly fade the Clippers. Blindly. Give me the Warriors. The light-skinned man, he's in that mode right now. The light-skinned man is activated. I'm not fading him. Warriors, I'm laying the 3 at home. No Kawhi. So now it's the James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George show. No. This is all the guys with no hardware. Kawhi has the hardware. He's the glue guy of this team. Without him, this team is just a bunch of guys with big egos. Curry's going to bust them up. Curry's busted up all these guys his entire career. Harden, Paul George, Russell Westbrook. He's gonna bust their ass up again tonight. Give me Curry overs. I kind of like Thompson to have a decent game today too. It's Warriors for me at the crib. They haven't flipped the switch mainly a lot of times this season. Remember last year they would flip the switch at home and they would just hit shots at home that they don't hit nowhere else. We haven't really seen that. They played much better on the road, but Draymond hitting half court shots and shit from half court at half, going into half. Like they're starting to look like the Warriors again. They are. I'm on the Warriors.
Yeah, I'm on the Warriors as well. I just think no Kawhi is a big deal for the Clippers here. I know they're playing some of the best basketball in the NBA over the last couple of months, but the Warriors are playing well right now and at home. I think they get a big win here and big cover. So give me the Warriors.
I agree. Give me the Warriors playing their best ball this season.
I'm going to take the Clippers plus the points. I think the Warriors win. I think the Clippers cover. The line's getting too high. Too high. Too high. We move on. College hoops. Decent card. It's weird because these Wednesday cards have been like these gigantic, awesome cards, and this week it's a little bit slower, than normal. They really pumped them out on Saturday. I think is what happened. Everyone, like the schedule. I think it's just you think like they just think like it's kind of like a mental letdown after that Max Sun Belt Challenge, it's kind of like everyone got like all jacked up for the Max Sun Belt Challenge, and then they kind of like they peaked out and it's kind of like a letdown spot during the week. Here's a big one. I really like that, the way they did that Max Sun Belt, like right in the middle of the season, just threw it out there. Adds a little excitement, It's kind of like what the NBA is looking to do with that in-season tournament, but they kind of fell short of the Max Sun Belt Challenge.
Yeah, I actually haven't been able to sleep at all since that because I've just been too excited.
It was good stuff.
Yep.
It's like, wait a minute, Toledo's playing App State? Hold on
No
a
way.
second.
No way.
Hold on a second.
You're like, Mom, Toledo's playing App State. It's the middle of February. What's going on?
That's pretty much how it went.
Oh,
Pretty much how it went, man. Army taking on BU. Youngstown State, the Penguins, up against Bobby M. Got Cashville versus One Ho, Two Ho, Red Ho, Blue Ho, Presbyterian. We've got Penn State versus Michigan State. We've got EKU versus Chicago State. Colgate versus Holy Cross. Lafayette versus Loyola, Maryland. Furman Land 22 against VMI. The Citadel versus UNC Greensboro. We got South Florida versus Tulsa. High Point versus South Carolina Upstate. Charleston Southern versus Gardner Webb. Notre Dame versus Georgia Tech. Clemson, Miami, Seton Hall, Xavier, Navy American, Fordham Bonnies, Mercer versus Wofford. Mercer's favored against Wofford. Detroit versus Iwapui. Green Bay versus Northern Kentucky.
That's the game of the day.
Which one?
Iwapui at Detroit.
Detroit's favored by 5.5 in that thing.
5.5. They have no wins on the season and are 5.5 point favorites. I'm on them today. I'm on them.
We could, let's see, how much further is 7 o'clock? Oh, we can finish out. Cleveland State, Milwaukee, PFW Changs versus Oakland, Queens University of Charlotte versus North Florida, Kennesaw State versus Jacksonville, Richmond versus UMass, Chattanooga versus East Tennessee State. So we're up to 7 o'clock Eastern time. Chris, get us started.
Well, since we're all excited about the game of the day, I'm going to take Uwe in the points against Detroit. I'm sorry, I just can't lay 5.5 points with a team that hasn't won a game this season. I know it's Detroit's best shot to win a game the rest of the way, but Iwapui played, better basketball in that game. I know Jaden Stone, the best players back for this one, but I still just I can't get there with Detroit. So give me Iwapui in the points. Give me Miami plus the points against Clemson. I just think 7.5 is too many. I think Miami's fully capable of hanging around in that game, making it maybe a 4-point game at best. So give me Miami in that one, and give me UNC Greensboro against the Citadel. I think that's just way too light of a line to fade UNC Greensboro here.
Oh, I can certainly get there with the Detroit Mercy Titans laying the points in this spot. You mentioned Jaden Stone was out for that first meeting between these two teams. He is their best player by far, and he's going to make a difference here. And playing at home now, Detroit. And, even though they're 0-26, I think Iwapui is the worst team or compared to these two teams. I think Detroit is the better team. They've been playing a lot more competitive lately. I mean, single-digit loss against Robert Morris, single-digit loss against Wright State. At Northern Kentucky, it was a close game for a while on the road. Now you're playing Iwapui. They've lost each of the last 3 games by 20 points plus. I think we see Detroit not only win this game, but win in blowout fashion. I'm also going to take, got too excited for that one. Seton Hall. I like Seton Hall. Revenge spot. Playing at home. Xavier's just not been trustworthy on the road. Seton Hall's defense matches up well because Xavier takes a lot of 2-point jumpers, a lot of mid-range jumpers, not great shots, and Seton Hall's top 60 in 2-point defense. So I think we see the Pirates get their revenge in this one.
I like Greensboro against Citadel, but the thing is that it looked a little funky to me when I looked at it last night. The line is actually now going the other way, the way that you would think it would go. So it's almost a better play now at the higher number than I felt about it last night. I think Miami beats Clemson again. And I don't understand how Mercer is favored against anybody. I mean, they suck. I mean, they're absolutely horrible. Money line Wofford in that one. Alternate line. And I also like Richmond against UMass. Gives me gas. Jake?
Give me my Salukis money line. They're the better team.
They're not in the slot.
Oh, my bad.
What the hell are you doing over there? His voice is gone. He's delirious.
It's ridiculous.
Really?
I know. Sorry. They're going to kick the crap out of Belmont, though. Of course, I'm on Detroit, though. Game of the day, where I'm at. Double-digit win. Extended. Going to kick the crap out of Iwapui. And coming back up, I'm taking UNC Cashville against the Blue Hose. I can't believe nobody else talked about the Pick Dogs game right there, man. It's 2 of our teams. I'm taking Cashville. They're going to kick the crap out of Presbyterian. Presbyterian was cashing for us earlier this season. They've been playing decently here recently, but now out on the road facing a really good team like Cashville, I expect Cashville to run them out the gym. I kind of like Penn State too, man. Michigan State, I figured these boys out. At home, I'm going to rock with them. I don't care about the number. On the road, I think because of how good they are at home, they're just overvalued on the road. Penn State's not good, but I think back home is good for them after losing to Northwestern. I'm going to take Penn State. Probably take a money line at home too.
I don't bet against Tom Izzo this time of year.
I think a lot of people feel that way, but I don't think they should really be 3.5-point favorite here. Not on the road. At home,
they're the better rebounding team on both sides of the court. They shoot about 138% from the free throw line, and they have 2 guys that can shoot like 70% from beyond the arc. They're gonna kill them.
Wait, who shoots at the free throw line?
Michigan State.
They're bad at the free throw line.
No, they're not. They got 2 guys that are like 90% plus.
They're ranked 270th in free throw. Tyson Walker's 70%. I think he'll improve, but I'm just saying they're not. So far, they're struggling.
They're foolish and lack vision.
But I like Michigan State too. I just gotta call it out.
Ron likes teams that can hit the boards.
Penn State money.
Tom Izzo teams always do the fundamentals extremely well.
Yeah.
They pass well. It's kind of like the old John Wooden UCLA teams. I love that. I love watching the old John Wooden, like his old players talk about him. First day of practice is always the same. Takes out a pair of socks, puts it on. Shows you how to put on a sock. He says, "No one's gonna miss a game because of blisters." Hey man, those John Wooden teams were off the chain. Would they win 6 years in a row? How many years in a row was it? I know they won 7 out of 8 national championships, but he won 7 out of 8 years they won the national championship, but they went undefeated like 6 in a row or something. John Wooden winning streak. John Wooden winning streak. Can you imagine in today's college basketball someone winning? So 88 games in a row they won. He had 4 30-0 seasons as a head coach. It's crazy. He was 100 at home. They were 150-3 in over 10 years. Calipari's lost more at home this season in Kentucky at Rupp. They're 150-3 at home. You want to talk about a great season ticket to have. You always go home happy. It's crazy, man. 38 games in the 38 straight games in the NCAA tournament. They won. It's nuts, man. I mean, that's like, these are records that will never be broken. Never, ever, ever be broken. 38 straight in the NCAA tournament. So how many rounds are there? Because back then, the top seed would get a bye. So it was like, so basically, what is that? How many national championships is that? I mean, that's just a ton. Is John Wooden the greatest college coach of all time? 664 and 162. I wonder how he would deal with NIL. Oh, well. He went out on top, too, as the national champion. Love that. Love it. All right. You guys are all quiet. 30-0. I wonder, so it's 1971-72, that was the Kareem team, right?
Yeah.
And then the next year, 72-73, when he went, that was the Bill Walton team. One of the best interviews of all time. Bill Walton coming out of college, drafted by the Blazers. How do you think it's going to go next year, transitioning to the NBA? Depends how Dead Tour goes this summer. That's what he said, man. I wonder if he played any games on acid. I'm sure he did. I've seen him at a ton of Dead shows. Got the Salukis against Belmont, 7:30 slot. Jay was just barely over. We got Bradley versus UIC, Valpo versus Northern Iowa, Murray State, the Racers, versus Missouri State, Loyola Chicago versus St. Joe's, Auburn versus South Carolina, Maryland, Iowa. Oh, how the mighty have fallen quickly there in Iowa. Samford versus Western Carolina. Western Carolina going from, big winners on Saturday to 7.5-point dogs. Got DePaul getting nearly a quarter of 100 against UConn. Got Arkansas versus Tennessee. Arizona State versus Oregon State. Neither of these teams leaving the Pac-12 with much fanfare. Wyoming versus Utah State, and Fresno State versus UNLV. Rom, anything here that just says, bet me now?
Oh, well, I'm going to fade a couple of favorites that have just been bad on the road this season. Tennessee, one of them, 2-5 against the spread on the road. I think it's just too many points there. And, there's no doubting Arkansas has the talent. It's just they haven't been able to put it together. But, coming off a win over Georgia, I think they at least compete. And Wyoming, Utah State, much better at home. On the road, they're 2-5-1 against the number. So Wyoming's catching 7.5 points now at home. I think Utah State wins in that 3 to 4 point range. So give me the points with the Cowboys.
I like Loyola Chicago, but not enough to put it as a premium pick against St. Joe's. I think that they have a couple things that I like in there, but a few things that I don't like. I like Western Carolina plus the points against Samford. It just seems to be way too many for me. I like Maryland against Iowa, and I really don't like Maryland much at all, to be honest with you. That's how much I dislike Iowa. And I think that Fresno probably covers against UNLV coming off the big 11-point win as an 11-point dog last time out. Letdown spot for the no one lets him down. Who's the worst coach in the Mount West? I mean, this is the land of the crap coaches. You got Steve Alford, Richard Pitino, and what's his name? Kevin Kruger. Yeah, you got three of the worst coaches in college basketball. Two legacies, and Steve Alford. It's like Kevin Kruger and Richard Pitino. Man, yuck. Chris, who do you think's the worst of the bunch? I think Kruger's the worst, to be honest with you.
I think so too.
I'll go
I can't argue with that.
Alfred's hideous. He's terrible. We saw it last night in action. He's terrible, man.
It's just like he's on the list for a reason.
Well, how do you lose that game? It's like, how do you lose that game?
I don't know. I had Nevada in that game.
I don't even understand how they lost. I watched the game. I stayed up and watched it, and I still don't. And it's like I didn't have a dog in the fight. I'm just watching the game because that's what I do. But it's like, how do you lose that game?
You forgot one coach that I think is the worst by far in that conference. You know who I'm thinking of?
Oh, Tim
Miles.
Tim Miles. I don't think so at all.
Well,
I think compared to those guys, he's basically Dean Smith. You know?
Well, let's see if his team gets a pulse one of these days.
Kevin Kruger's hideous, man. He has no business. We're waiting for Jay. I'm not sure where he is, but we'll move on to NHL. Chris, you want to take it over? It's a 3-game card. Jets, Jets versus the Sharks. Got the Penguins versus old logo, new logo, and the Coyotes. Jay's not. He doesn't have the voice to do it against Smudge.
Yeah, we'll save Jay's voice for today because I think the Wild get the job. That warms the cockles of Ron's heart. I know he was excited to hear that. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Wild here. The Coyotes play their better hockey at home, but they're struggling right now. I think the Wild get the job done. But check out the wraparound. I would parlay all 3 of the picks on the wraparound today and put them into a 3-leg parlay.
Ooh, little promo going on there.
Yeah.
Check it out. I'm not going to tell you what I said in the wraparound, but you watch it, you got to parlay.
If you watch the wraparound.
Watch it. Smash that like button.
Watch it. Learn it. Jay, you missed your chance to do the Coyotes cheer with me. There it is. There's a gamer for you.
And he's out for another week.
It's gonna kill him. It's like now the best is you did the jam session. Did you do the jam session today?
No, I'm gonna do it after the show.
Yeah, because I want to see the troll comments making fun of you because you're sick. Those are the best.
Yeah.
It's like those are the real class acts come out. It's like when I landed on my head on my rollerblades and half my face came off. It's like the trolls came out of the woodwork on me. I was like, gee, this is some class act. Oh, good, he hurt his face. Thanks. At least I have a face to hurt.
Chris, did I hear correct, man? You faded my Coyotes, bro.
I'm doing it for your own good.
I know. I need to do it for my own good too. They've been free falling. I'm on them today though. I got to roll my guys.
Comment
Y'all
of the
are
day. Comment
y'all
of
are-
the day.
I like the Coyotes here though.
I gotta go Penguins because I'm just rooting for them to lose. My Islanders are the only chance we got. We need Penguins, Devils. We need a lot of teams to drop out. It doesn't look like it's happening, but a man can hope, and I'm gonna hope that the Panthers get the job done.
Ron, I was hoping and praying for another goal last night, and the hockey gods answered. I had laid the puck line.
I saw that.
I laid the
I was
puck
like-
line with my star.
Well, here's the thing: they didn't score. It was a regular goal, it wasn't an empty net, right?
I think so. I forgot.
Because it's always cheesy if it's an empty netter. But if they scored an actual goal, it's like, all right, he deserved it.
I like the Sharks plus on the puck line against the Jets. I gave this out on my 7 free picks in 5 minutes. I'm not forcing you to go watch it like Chris did with his wraparound. But yeah, you did. It was kind of like you tried to plant the teaser out there. If you go to the wraparound and watch my picks,
I said everybody always asks.
You parlay all 3 of them.
Always asks what the
He's
parlay
doing
is.
this. He's doing
All right,
this.
fine, whatever.
So you can parlay up my 3
I thought he was
picks in the
threatening me.
wraparound.
That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like a threat, but
Yeah, you can go parlay my 3 picks from the wraparound. I like the Sharks here plus the things because the betting tool said so. I did it on my 7 free picks, and everyone said I work for Vegas. That's it. Anyways, what are you selling today, Chris?
Got a NBA play of the week. Love this play on the board today. Got that as part of my NBA 3-pack. Got a college hoops 3-pack as well, and my NHL power play.
yeah, I got my college basketball bank shot best bet. I gotta say, it's one of my favorite plays so far this season. I don't do game of years or stuff like that, but this would be a candidate for one of my favorite plays. And got a 3-pack as well that gets you that play, and then my other college hoops pick and my NBA play of the night as well. Doing really well in the NBA this season, so looking to cash yesterday. We had the Suns pushed on that one, but really nice card here, so looking to catch that NBA.
Jake?
I have my NBA play of the day for sale. We've dropped 2 in a row. There's only been one time this season, only one time where I've dropped 3 NBA play of the days in a row. Only once all season. So looking to bounce back. I think it's a great spot to bounce back on that. I have a mega pack in the NBA today, 5 plays. I love today's NBA action. That's why I had to pop in. I couldn't play the sick card today on this beautiful NBA card. I had to get up, get active. Number 1 last 7 days though. Trying to hold off Mitch. He trying to come get me. But just been pretty hot, man. Trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. You guys can hop on something with me long term. What you selling today, Mitch? You've been pretty hot.
I got just right now. I only have 1 college basketball for sale. I have several other picks inside inside my package, but
You might have more in a little bit.
I might have another package. So we'll see.
You
from
got
that.
something for y'all to vote.
Yeah. So I have other picks that are already loaded. So if you buy my long term, always the best to do. I always have extra picks. I've been doing it a lot lately. Just it's not really that I don't want to put out more packages or anything like that. It's that my schedule is so tight these days that it's like I don't even have time to put picks in half the time that I want to put in. So I put a lot of them in the night before. I'll put out some more packages, I guess. But anyways, parlay time. Chris, you want to give out a parlay today? You want to maybe give out a winning parlay? Just asking. I'm not
UNC Greensboro. UNC Greensboro, Miami, Bradley.
I'm going to go Wyoming, Arkansas, and Detroit Mercy, all against the spread.
Jay.
Utah Jazz, Detroit Mercy, Arizona Coyotes.
Arkansas, money line. East Tennessee State, money line. Charlotte Hornets, money line. Iwapui, money line. $10 pays $1,278.60.
I mean, 100 pay 10 bands.
$10, man. Yeah. Pay the bands. I'm with the band, man. I'm with the band. 10 pays
10 racks.
10 racks. 10
Rack
racks.
City.
Rack City, bitch. Rack City. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. And make it a winning day. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. I don't even know what we're doing tomorrow. We got 3 NBA games and a slew of college hoops, a lot of which.
Happy Valentine's.
Thanks, Ron.
You betcha.
None from Chris. Chris, how much did you love us? Make it
Yeah,
a
that
winning
way.
day.
There you go.
Make it a winning day. I'll do it for you. Make it a winning day.